Reykjavik, I got curious about this bird called puffin. It's an odd-looking bird, and they are everywhere. You just can't miss it. But they are everywhere in the merchandises, like in the shops, pictures, um, cups, or fridge magnets. And when you're on a car park, tours, for puffin sighting tours. Just pretty much everywhere. You can't escape puffins. So I got curious about these birds and started looking closer, and I wanted to visit them. These puffins are beautiful and yet odd-looking birds. They look like a cross between a duck with a large paddle feet and a parrot with a large and bright red beak. And they kind of waddle about when they walk. And they got a body which looks like a pigeon with the white-chested feathers in the front, and the flying feathers are in black in color. And the head looks very beautiful, and they look like kind of wearing a helmet if you look at them closely. It is truly a beautiful bird, but quite an odd bird, and I just wanted to see it. So I started looking closer into the trips where I could see. They're all everywhere in the merchandise, but they're nowhere to be seen in Reykjavik. So if you need to see them, you need to go a long distance further down south or in the north to see them. And that's what I did. When I started to look for puffin trips, I discovered that they are in certain places in Iceland. One of them is the Westman Islands in the south of Iceland. It's about 200 kilometers from Reykjavik. And then I discovered this particular video about a resident puffin bird in Westman Island, which lives in a rescue place, which has become quite used to be around around people. So it's kind of become a star. It just walks around the place. People can play with it, and so it's a nice to watch. So I wanted to go and see that particular bird called Toti. So I started driving down M1 road, which is this ring road which runs all around the edges of the island. So it's a nice landscape, and the sky was blue, the sun was shining. So I took some nice photographs as I went along. That's a volcano, defunct volcano in distance, and so yeah, it was about 2 hours drive to reach the Westman Island ferry port, where you have to board a ferry to get to the island. So that's now I'm in the ferry port with lots of volcanic rocks. They put it to show the banks, and so now I am in the ferry port. So that's the ferry office. By the time I arrived, I was a bit late, and the ferry has left the port, so I didn't have a choice but to cancel my Westman Island trip. I was disappointed to miss the trip, so I started wondering what else I could do, and then I discovered that the next possible sighting area is Dry Hole beach, which is about another 100 kilometers further down south. So I said, okay, I will drive down there, and that's what I did. So I started my drive towards Dry Hole. So on the way, I saw these beautiful little horses, Icelandic horses. They look like a cross between a pony and a horse, and they're wild herds, or maybe they're farm animals. I'm not sure. So they were there on the road. They made some beautiful pictures, really. So I took some lovely photo. The next feature on the way is this famous falls called Seljaland Falls. It's a unique falls in that you can actually walk behind the falls. The water falls from a volcanic rock, and there is a cave-like structure behind the falls, so that you can walk behind it. And also the water steam mixture, which creates beautiful rainbows as well. So it's quite a picturesque falls, and I will be presenting a different video on it in my next presentation. But it's a lovely to look at on my way. Here is the car park of the waterfalls, Puffin promotion tour with the beautiful statue standing there. More beautiful landscapes and waterfalls on my way. Our waterfalls are everywhere in Iceland. You can actually make a special tour just to cover the waterfalls all throughout Iceland. they're everywhere. So these are some more beautiful pictures on my way. That's a beautiful little Icelandic church, a rural Icelandic church. They really look pretty. The next to landscapes on the way is this volcanic rocks being thrown around violently. The rocks are the size of cars, really, and this must have been a really wild eruption at some point in Icelandic history. And so there they are, laying all around the mountains. The next beautiful structure on the way is the glaciers. There are four main ice caps in Iceland which form glaciers. This is the southernmost one, which is visible from the road. I have another video for a glacier hike. Please, if you get some time, have a look at it. So the next stop is the Derhole beach. Derhole beach is a beautiful beach with lots of jetting rocks from the sea, really, which you could see here, and creates a picturesque landscape. And you could see puffins flying around here. You know, that's what the expectation is. Derhole was very beautiful on that dive. However, for all its magnificent beauty and the landscapes and the cutouts, volcanic cutouts in the middle of the sea, it didn't produce any puffins on the day for me. I came all the way for the puffins, but unfortunately couldn't see a puffin in Derhole. However, I was able to see some of the birds in Derhole. This one was patiently waiting for something. I'm not presume it's trying to feed on something. It stood there for several minutes, and I took some photos of them. Then I decided to try the next site, which is Reynis for a Black Beach, which is about 12 kilometers or about half an hour drive from Derhole. That comes next. Reynis for a beach is about half an hour drive from Derhole. It's a very unique beach. It's called Black Sand Beach, and as its name stands, the soil is completely black because of the volcanic burnout. And it's a picturesque and beautiful beach on its own right. And having said so, it is equally dangerous as well. It's very important. You need to read the signs at the entrance of the beach. But if the signs are so small, it's easy to miss. But if you miss it, you can lose your life. If you happen to go there, please make sure you read these signs. And this beach has got huge sneaker waves which come on top of the normal waves, and then capture you and then drag you into the sea, like what you see here. This is the death of a woman last year, and there was another man died apparently recently. and they were just standing there without realizing the danger they were in. And having said so, the beach was very calm and quiet as well. So, and I don't know why they allow people to go near the water in this beach, but they still do. They shouldn't, but here we go. So please, if you go there, please make sure to read these signs and be safe. As I started going towards the beach, I noticed this young Chinese couple, beautiful little couple. They were having their wedding photos taken there, which is quite common with the Chinese and the Koreans. They come to London or Iceland to take some beautiful photos, wedding photos. And this is one of such occasion going on there, so I just clicked a couple of clicks, and actually I sent it back to them, and they were so pleased that they got it, and they were thrilled that I would manage to capture some candid photos of them. Some more magazine shoots perhaps, or some fashion shootings going on in the Bassett column. You know, I was there because there were a few girls were stacked up on the rocks to take these photos. It was nice to watch. That's the black sands. That's what gives the name to the beach called Black Sand Beach of Rainsfara. All the soils are just pitch black in color. They're burnt out by the volcanic eruptions. Then I looked up the mountain, and there it was, the Puffins, the beautiful Puffins, which I've been trying to find for the last 3 hours, and there they were in all its glory. Finally, I was pleased with myself for all the hard work of searching for these birds and eventually seeing them. It was really satisfactory. And they are magnificent birds, so beautiful. And yeah, and it made me really happy. Then I said, okay, thank you very much. Then I went back home. It was a really good trip. On the way back home, it was late at night. I happened to see this beautiful little church, well lit, with bright lights. So I took some couple of shots of them. Iceland's have these little churches that are really beautiful. It was a long day, but it was a satisfactory day. Now I'm back home and time for bed.